Chapter 1. You the Miracle. It just wouldn't be right without starting with you, the miracle. You see, having a child is a miracle of God. There is no other sane explanation of what took place years ago when you were conceived and then born into this world of ours. If you think about it, you were once nothing, and then poof, you became something. That makes it a miracle. If you find that hard to believe, then try it yourself with some dust and some water. You would spend hours, days, years, centuries just trying to form that combination into something that looked like a person. I seriously doubt there is enough time in our lives for you or anyone else to make such a thing. But God did it in an instant. When your father and mother decided to have you, that's when the miracle began. Chapter 2. Evolution. This is a subject that affects you and our world. It is something a man who lived many years ago made up to explain animals and humans, where they came from, how they are formed, and how they are changing each generation. He chose not to believe in God and what we just talked about, but instead came up with his own theory, and it is wrong. That's right. I told you I would tell you the truth, and I'm telling you that it is a lie. There's no such thing as evolution. Your books and teachers will tell you different perhaps, but I am your friend, and I promised you that I would give you only those things that are true. The man's name was Charles Darwin. Chapter 4. Earth's Age. Those that believe in evolution most always believe that the earth is millions of years old. The Bible indirectly specifies that the earth is young instead. There lies the rub. By listing the generations from Adam through Noah, and then through Abraham, and finally ending up with the birth and life of Christ, the Bible establishes an earth that is around 6,000 years old. How can that be? The old earthers exclaim. They immediately give the Grand Canyon as their bread and butter. When I was growing up, we were told that it took millions of years for trees to rot after they had fallen, and these trees not only brought us coal, but under the extreme pressures found below the surface of the earth, they also turned some coal into diamonds. And you know what? We believed it. Yep. Hook, line, and sinker. Chapter 5. Dinosaurs. Wow. Where do I begin as it relates to these huge and often forgotten beasts of the planet? Can you imagine a brontosaurus coming from a single-cell amoeba or plankton? As for myself, I cannot. There is so much confusion about these animals and such a controversy between the church and the paleontologists. Some churches will emphatically deny that dinosaurs ever existed. I hate to call them foolish, but they are denying strong evidence found in their skeletal remains, which is irrefutable. Did you know that there are two separate dinosaurs mentioned in the Bible? One is called Leviathan and the other Behemoth. Evidently, any of those believers missed these chapters in God's Word. Maybe they were at recess when it was being taught. Who knows? Psalm 104, verse 26. There is that Leviathan, which you have made to play there. Job 41:1. Can you draw out Leviathan with a hook, or snare his tongue with a line which you lower? Can you put a reed through his nose, or pierce his jaw with a hook?